Today we have a short, sweet chair yoga class on tap for you. Thanks for joining me. Let's get started. So let's begin by sitting comfortably in your chair. I like to sit at the edge of my chair and my knees straight out in front of me and my feet right below my knees. So let's begin just focusing on the breath, taking a few nice deep breaths to center ourselves, breathing through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Just do a few of those at your own pace. Soften the gaze or close your eyes. And start to lengthen your breaths, making them longer, deeper, slower. Just do a couple more breaths at this pace. And then let's just open the eyes and keep your gaze fairly soft. So, not necessarily focusing on any one thing other than maybe the video in front of you. And let's just take a big inhale and send the arms overhead. And then exhale, bring the hands together at the heart. Let's do that again. Big inhale, reaching. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time. Inhale and reach. Exhale, hands to the heart. Very nice. So bring your hands back down to your thighs or your hips or hanging by your sides, whatever's comfortable. So I'm going to do a couple of neck stretches here. So take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, just turn your gaze to your right. Take another inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, turning your gaze to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. One more time. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. I lied. One more time. Exhale, left. Inhale, back to center. Okay, great. So another neck stretch we're going to do is bring your hand to the top of your head so that your fingers are just around your temple. Your left hand is on the right side of your temple. So we're not going to push or pull or anything here. You're just going to let your hand rest there. Take an inhale, and then on your exhale, just drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. And again, you're not pulling, you're just letting the weight of the hand add a little extra stretch. And great. Inhale, come back to center. And then inhale that arm up, exhale it down, go to the opposite side. Right arm comes up, resting the hand on the head and the fingertips on the temple. Take a big inhale, exhale, and then allow that ear to soften towards the right shoulder. Again, not pushing or pulling, just allowing gravity and the weight of your hand to do the work for you. And let's take another inhale. Come back up to center. Send that arm up. Exhale down. Very nice. So grab onto the back of your chair. Hopefully you have some sort of a seat back that you can grab onto. Inhale and lift your heart. Draw your shoulder blades together. Send your gaze up. And just breathe here. So you want to rotate so that the insides of your elbows are pointing outward. You might feel a little stretch in your bicep. If so, that's awesome. If you're not feeling any stretch here at all in your arms, you might want to, instead of holding onto the chair, just interlace your fingers behind you and then lift your wrists up. See if that feels better. And just take another inhale here and exhale. Release the hands, coming back to center. Bring your hands to the thighs fingertips on the thighs or palms flat, whatever feels comfortable for you. For me, in this pose, it's fingertips. And here we're going to inhale, lifting the heart, arching the back a little, filling the belly with air. And then as we exhale, we're going to pull the belly button in towards the spine and round the heart forward. There's just some cat-cows here. Inhaling, coming back to cow pose. Exhaling back to cat pose. Inhaling, cow pose. And exhaling, cat pose. Very nice. Coming back to center. So we're going to do a little twist here. You're going to start on the left side. So inhale your left arm up, reach behind you, grab onto your chair back, and then bring that right arm around to the front of your left thigh. And then you can rest your arm on the back of your chair if that feels comfortable. And just turn your gaze towards the back. Just breathing into it. Again, you don't need to be pushing or pulling. Just allowing the breath to help the body find the twist here. And take one more inhale. Exhale, coming back to center. We'll do that again on the other side. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, bring that hand back behind you, grabbing onto your seat back. Anywhere that you can just grab onto is fine. And rotate that chest open to the right side. Bring your left hand over to the right thigh. Send your gaze back. And just breathing here. And again, you don't need to push or pull. Just allow the breath to help find the twist. And let's take one more big inhale here. And then as you exhale, come forward, releasing the hands. Okay, coming back to center, we're going to take a side stretch here. So bring your left hand to the outside of your left thigh. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. As you exhale, you're just going to fold over the left side. Send your gaze up towards the sky. If that feels comfortable, you can also just keep your gaze facing forward. Just reaching through those fingertips, really extending, elongating from fingertips to the hips, breathing into it. And let's take one more big inhale, rise up, and exhale, release that head down, opposite side. Right hand, right hip, inhale, left arm up, and then exhale, just lean over the right side, and your gaze up or forward, whatever feels comfortable. Reaching through those fingertips, elongating from hips to fingertips. Take another big inhale here, rise up, and then as you exhale, release that hand down. Very nice. We're going to move into a seated warrior sequence. So sitting where you are, you're just going to rotate so that you're facing the left side. Bring your right foot back behind you. So you're on the balls of the foot. This is more like a crescent pose. Sitting here, if you're having trouble reaching the floor, you can always put a block under your foot. I happen to just be able to touch, just be able to. Like if I were any shorter, I would need a block. So from here, you can just keep your hands at your hips, one hand on the back of the chair if you like, or if you want, you can inhale, send your arms up to the sky. My front heel came off the floor. That's how short I am. It's almost too tall for me, this chair. So just breathing, lifting the heart, drawing the shoulder blades down, and then digging into those right toes and pressing that right heel back. Just breathing. Take one more big inhale here. And then as you exhale, you're going to open the arms into warrior two, and then you're going to spin the right heel flat on the mat. Send your gaze past your left fingertips And just breathing here in your strong warrior pose. Again, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, lifting the heart. And then from here, turn your left palm to face the ceiling. Inhale, send that palm up to the sky, bringing the right hand down to the right thigh for exalted warrior. Drawing that left shoulder back and down. Reaching through those fingertips. And let's take another big inhale here. Let's exhale, come back to warrior two. And then from here, we'll come into a side angle pose. So bring the top of your left forearm to the thigh. Send your top arm up to the sky. And if you'd like to add on, you can send the bicep over the ear. And then inhale, send that arm back up to the sky if you extended it. And everybody take a big inhale. And exhale, bring that hand back down to the hip. Inhale, lift the chest. We'll go to the other side. So rotating now so that you're facing the right side. We're coming into our crescent. So sending your left leg back. And again, your right foot should be flat on the floor. If not, maybe a block underneath it or just something to give it a little more height. I almost need one. And again, so we're rotating for our hips pointing forward. And if you're comfortable, you can just stay right here, or you can inhale, send your arms up. And we're drawing our shoulder blades down, lifting the heart, just breathing, digging into those left toes, pressing that left heel back, straightening the leg, breathing. One more big inhale here. Exhale, and come into warrior two. So you're going to rotate that left heel flat on your mat. Send your gaze out past your right fingertips, drawing your shoulder blades down the back, pulling your belly button up and in as you lift the heart. Nice, strong warriors here. Breathing into it. And then on your next inhale, turn your right palm to face the ceiling. Inhale that hand up to the sky. Lower left hand to left thigh. Draw your shoulder blade back and down. So if you can look at my shoulder blade, you can see I'm not up here. I'm down here. Sending my gaze up. Just breathing. Feeling really powerful in this stance. Take one more big inhale here. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Take a breath here. On your next exhale, you're going to bring the forearm over the top of the thigh and send the back arm up to the sky. And if this feels comfortable and you're ready to take it a little notch further, you can extend that bicep over the ear. Just reaching through those fingertips, really elongating all the way from the outer edge of the left foot to the very tip of your left fingers. Let's take one more big inhale, rise up. Let's come back to warrior two. And your gaze out. And then hands come back to hips. And let's come back to facing forward. So we're going to move to the floor now. We're going to keep our chair with us, but we might add one or two more props. So here we are on the floor. I've got my chair in front of me and I have two blankets. So we're going to do a wide-legged forward fold, but for these, you might want to have a blanket under each knee. That way, you might be a little bit more comfortable, and it prevents you from pressing the kneecap back and hyperextending the legs. So from here, just getting comfortable, might want to pull the flesh away from your sit bones. I've got a blanket under each knee. I'm going to bring my hands to the chair. Inhale, lift the chest. And as I exhale, I'm just going to fold forward, bringing my forehead to rest on my arms. And we're just going to stay here for several breaths. Just enjoying the stretch. And let's take a big inhale together and open the mouth and let it go. And on your next inhale, lift the head and lift the chest. I hope that felt as good for you as it did for me. So the next posture we're going to come into is a cobbler pose. So you're going to bring your feet together. Soles of the feet are touching. Legs are in the shape of a diamond. You can also sit on a blanket or a bolster here if it feels really uncomfortable to have your hips like this or have your legs open like this. So I'll demonstrate with a blanket under my bottom. And if you feel you still really don't have enough support, then you can always place blocks underneath your legs, right under where your knee is. So do what feels good for you. And then from here, again, sitting nice and tall, take a big inhale, and on your exhale, we're just going to fold forward and again, bring our foreheads down to the chair. I'm going to bring my chair a little bit closer. Make sure you do any adjustments you need to feel comfortable in the pose. So this is a pretty deep stretch for the outer hip. So make sure that you have whatever props you need to provide yourself some support and to find comfort. And again, we'll be here for several breaths. And just breathe naturally. If you're feeling restricted in your breath at all, then you may need to add a little bit more height to your chair. So, bringing a blanket or even a bolster, take it up a little bit higher. So, find the position that feels really good for you in this pose. And let's take a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and let it go. And then on your next inhale, you're going to lift the head, lift the chest, walk the hands in. Very nice. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for Shavasana. So we're going to do our Shavasana in the chair since this is a chair pose, chair class. However, we're still going to lie on our backs. And of course, if you prefer traditional Shavasana without the chair, be my guest and enjoy your Shavasana however you like. But I'm going to use the chair this time. I've got a blanket on top of my chair just to give it a little more cushioning. And also, it's metal and cold, so I want to be comfortable in my Shavasana. I'm also going to add this blanket underneath me because when I add the blanket to the chair, it makes it just a little bit too tall for me. So to do our Shavasana in this pose, you're going to come lying on your back. Get your bottom really close to the chair. You're going to come lying on your side, rotate, roll onto your back, bring your legs up onto the chair. Get comfortable, make any adjustments you need. I'm going to take my hair out of my bun and find some comfort here. And bring your arms out about 45 degrees from your sides, palms face up. Just breathing. Take a few deep breaths. Sometimes it's nice to take a really full deep breath in through the nose, hold on to it for a couple of seconds, and then release it through the mouth. So if that feels good, go ahead and do that a couple of times. And then when you're ready, just return to your natural breathing pattern and allow your body to just soften. Just release everything you might be holding on to. Get comfortable. Make sure you're comfortable. I'm making a few adjustments here with my legs because the chair is a little bit too tall for me. Now, if you'd like to stay in Shavasana, please feel free to do so. But if you're ready to transition out of Shavasana, then I'll walk you through it. So let's all take a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and let it go. So start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bringing your awareness back to the space. And on your next inhale, send your arms out in front of you. Circle your hands, circle your wrists. Go in one direction and then the other. And on your next inhale, send the arms all the way overhead, stretching long from hips to fingertips. You can even stretch through the toes, even though we've got our chairs underneath us. You can try stretching that way. It feels nice. And then on your exhale, you're going to bring your knees in towards your chest. And if you want, you can grab onto the backs of your knees, maybe rock them side to side. And then on your next exhale, just roll over onto your side and rest your head on your bicep. Just taking a couple of breaths here. And then on your next inhale, push yourself up and come to sitting comfortably. So coming into a comfortable seat, let's bring the hands together at the heart. Spread your fingers wide as you press your thumbs into your ribs, like you're sending your heart energy out to the world. Take a big inhale and lift the heart. And as you exhale, bow your head to your heart with gratitude. Namaste. Thanks for practicing with me today. I hope to see you again soon.